Good morning, ma'am. Anything else you need doing?
Today is a good day in the wilds.
You may have only just arrived, but all who stay at the Bjorning House must assist with the daily work. Yes, Grimbjorn will give his own task, that is his way, but he is not the only one who commands folk here. There is much to be done in and around the Bjorning lands. I ask for the completion of 3 tasks. I need butter, eggs, and jam for baking. Can I count on you? Butter, eggs, and jam. All right. Well, then, butter, eggs, and jam. Here's a cow so that we could milk her. See, Girta asked to make some butter for use of various recipes. It'd be best to start milking some of the cows at the Bjorninghuis. All right. I suppose that makes some sort of sense. So we get some butter, some jam. I presume I need some berries or something like that for jam. And as for eggs, I'll assume that there are some chickens around here somewhere. Hello there, howdies.
The bees are buzzing, the birds are singing.
While I was walking Sweet Honeybell, I saw the pond lilies in full bloom, and their loveliness left me amazed. Had I not been so exhausted from the walk, I might have picked some of the lilies to brighten the Grimbjorn's hall. If you venture once again into the vales, could I ask you to pick some of the lilies for me? The hall could use some decoration and some brightening both. All right, fine. Collect pond lilies. For the river, no, they're pond lilies, so it won't be for the river daughter. I was looking for chickens, but unattended eggs, I suppose will do just as well. There you go. Eggs, eggs, eggs. Will goat's milk do? Nah. That should be enough milk for the butter, so let's churn it away. Churn, 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 churn. There you go. Eggs and butter for Girta. There you go.
Today is a good day in the wilds.
This is truly a good collection of eggs from our wonderful chickens. I will put these eggs to good use, and I know they'll be especially appreciated by all who sit at the table. I know more than 1 dozen ways of preparing eggs for supper, each of them different, and each of them delicious. I believe no one in the Vales knows more about preparation and enjoyment of eggs than I do. Exciting. And here's the butter.
Today is a good day in the wilds.
This butter will do nicely. Grimbjorn enjoys a sizable pat of butter on his bread, and it always puts him in a good mood. I must say, it does the same for me. Well, it's good when Grimbjorn is in a good mood. At least they have decent-sized mushrooms here. There you go. Oh! That badger doesn't like it when you take its mushrooms. Well, and stay away. Sheesh. Well, that's gonna make getting mushrooms a little bit tougher. No wonder he doesn't want to do it himself. Now I suppose it's time to be the bearer of bad news. Oh, hello there, Legolas.
The Lord of the Beornings, like all his kin, can be very stubborn.
Yes, very stubborn, and yet I believe he can be persuaded if he is shown the need of it. I have a plan, Pineleaf, but I'll need your help to see it done. Yeah? First, you must defeat some of the threats that remain beneath the canopy of Aaron Lasgalen. Grimbjorn must be shown that the elves value the safety of his traders. Once you have defeated some of the enemies that threaten the peaceful travels in the woods, meet me at the Bjorninghuis. Right. Okie dokie, sir. Yeah. Some of the threats in Erin Lasgalen. Right. Well, that means things like orcs and wolves, I presume? Oh, here's a wolf. An aggressive wolf, too. A very aggressive wolf. A dead wolf. Ah! I found a lily pond. Interesting color for a lily. I guess I'm so used to white lilies that I wasn't expecting a bit of a purplish, lavender, some color like that. Let's try another. And I guess that means I'm going to have to find another pond somewhere. Hold on. What's this? A collar of some sort. What's this? The large collar found on the road of the Floodfells appears to be dwarf-made. I recall that Varthmut spent some time around dwarves when he journeyed beneath the mountains, and he might be able to know something about this. Alright, I suppose I could look that up. Meanwhile, any more? See, I picked that one already, and I suppose I'm going to have to search elsewhere to get the rest of the lilies. Ah, look here. Grapes. I think that'll be a good place to get the jam that we need. Agreed to ask you to make some jam from scratch. A difficult task, but one which the Bjorning Matriarch believes that I can accomplish. Perhaps it'll be best to begin picking grapes from the orchard. Yeah, that might be a good idea. One needs grapes to make jam. Well, I suppose unless it's strawberry jam or raspberry jam or blueberry jam. All sorts of types of jams you can have, but the first bit of fruit that I found are grapes. So it'll have to be grape jam. I can understand why you didn't want to go out there for these mushrooms. Those badgers can be vicious.
There is little we can do to protect the Vales.
Great.
Still, we will try.
Great work. This should be enough mushrooms for the stew that Goethe is preparing. I shall bring the mushrooms to her. You have been most helpful. All right. There you go. A bit of a trifle for Truffles, then. Now, let's see. Legolas. All right, what's your plan now?
You have done as I asked. Good, good.
I have spoken with Grimbjorn and told him that we have done much to ensure the safety of his traders, should they pass into the woods. He did not respond one way or the other, but I knew better than to press the issue over much. Instead, I asked him what you or I could do to assist him here in his own lands. He told me that he would give us some thought and reply soon. In other words, give Pineleaf lots of tasks to do to clear things up. I think we have made some progress, Pineleaf. After all, a refusal could have been given on the spot, and it was not. That's because he finds the trade useful and wishes to keep things negotiations open as long as he can before refusing.
While we wait, perhaps I can tell you a story of recent vintage.
Yes, we have some time before Grimbjorn sends his reply, Pineleaf. While we wait, perhaps I can tell you a story of something that has happened recently, but that you missed. You were kept busy with the other events of some importance, as I am sure you will recall. But great deeds were performed among the Vales of Anduin. My father Thranduil told me of his recent visit there after the war, and I can speak of it to you if you like. All right, I suppose we can do that.
My story begins not long ago at the elven ruins of Hroskabel.
Right. At Roskabel. All right. So let's listen to Leglos, see what he has to say. Knowing that the war was over, King Thranduil sent us out to scout. At the Narrows, he met with Lord Celeborn of Lorien. Celeborn was traveling north from the city of his words on victory of Dol Guldur. There at Lairlad, they called a meeting between the elves of the Woodmen. Oh, and the Woodmen, all right? It has been a long while since we last saw you at Rosgabel. Radagast, why have you called us here? It is good to see you both, my friends. It has been far too long, and much has kept us away from Lairlad. I have summoned you here on the behalves of Celeborn and Thranduil. What do the elves wish to speak with us about? I agree with Rikmar. Where are these elves, then? They wish to speak with you about these woods. They should be arriving any moment. Looks like that's them now. Ah, here they are. It is good of all you to meet us here in the Narrows of the Mirkwood. Radagast, I thank you for hosting us at Rosgabel. Now, as you may be aware, the war is over, and Dol Guldur has been broken and laid bare. The darkness of the Mirkwood has been halted. With this, we wish to reclaim the Mirkwood. We desire to involve you, the Woodmen, in this claim. We shall divide the Mirkwood into 3. Does claim the Narrows befit the Woodmen? We have lived in the woods for many years. This is our home, and sanctified claim upon them would be an honor. Aye, this will be acceptable. It has been long since any of my people ventured past the eaves. Good. Then I shall claim the southern wood, and the northern wood shall remain under my watch. From this moment forward, the Mirkwood shall be known as Erin Lasglen, the Wood of Green Leaves. We shall begin the long toil of restoring the woods to its former beauty. May the woodsmen prosper. We thank you. Travel safe, friends. So, Rikmar and Odahild. With that, the woodmen departed. Celeborn and Thranduil has set into motion a great change for all in Rovanion. All right?
May this story help you in your dealings with the woodmen of the Vales of Anduin.
Now you too know how the woodmen were granted the middle wood of Erin Lasglen. I hope this story will be helpful in the dealings of the woodmen in the Vales of Anduin. All right then, let's go. I admit that was not one of the more difficult negotiations. I think the trade route might be the more difficult of those.
Grim Beorn has a gruff demeanor, but he cares much for the Vales of Anduin and the people who live there.
If Grimmiorn sees that we care for these woods as well as he may be more willing to reopen the trade route with Felagoth. All right, and what do we have here? Bracers of the Green Leaves. Actually, that's not... I think that's pretty good.
I believe Grim Beorn awaits us with his reply.
Yes, let's speak with the Lord of the Beornings and learn what he has to say. Let us hope it will be good tidings for my father and for the elves of Felagoth. All right, I guess we can do that. And also, I think I just hit acquaintance with the Beornings here. Completed deed known to the Wilderfolk. All right, good. And what about the... or whatever these local coins are? Oh, yeah. They got a really weird name that I can never remember. But there should be a rep vendor around here somewhere. And besides, I also have another quest to turn in right there. First, let's see about this.
You will help us face our foes, yes?
See, muster to Hultvis, and that is... Oh, you need only 20 of them, and you only need acquaintance. Perfect! Wherever Hultvis is, but we'll probably be asked to go there eventually. Now, it's going to be more difficult to get the port
We do
to...
not fear the darkness, and we never will.
Here is that you need 20 of these Bjorning tokens in order to get that there. And how in the world do you get these Bjorning tokens? I have the slightest idea. But there are also potential armor things that you can get when you get to Kindred. That'll be a while. And some housing items. What kind of housing items can you get for cook? Or, oh, yeah, farmer, cook, large. Because all of these show... Then why do they show woodworker symbols on them? Well, all right. Oh, Truffles cluster recipe. Truffle cluster. Oh, yeah, ironfold cooking crafting ability. Okay, that's a... All right, so I could get some truffle stuff or something like that. Well then, first of all, let's speak with him. Hello there. I managed to check things out.
The mountains belong to us, not to those foul goblins.
Yeah, I found this collar. Yes, you're right to guess that the dwarves made this collar, but I do not think it came from Moria. If it was found near the Floodfells, it may likely the collar came from Gundabad. That fortress was made by dwarves after all. Do you see these hairs here, struck in the cracks? They're unmistakably warg hairs. This is all very clear to me, Pineleaf. A large warg has come down from the Floodfells. He broke free from his collar and now roams in the Bjorning lands. You must find this beast quickly and put an end to the menace of him. All right. And you need to find and kill a rampaging warg. Hello there, Grimbjorn. Have you made a decision yet?
I have made my decision.
The elves say they will help us, but only rarely do I see them leave the shelter of the wood, and I hesitate to call on to them for aid. The dwarves and men that live in the north have their own problems, as we do, and neither can be a help to the other while his own lands remain unsecured. I have not spent this time idly, Pineleaf. No, there is a solution, and it lies on the very edge of my land. On the edge, and upwards. I speak of the great eagles. Yes, those noble birds have aided my people before, and they may do it again. You're a friend of Gandalf the Wizard, and he is one who has the respect of the eagles. Speak to Gwaihir, the Wind Lord, on behalf of my people and request their aid. I will send Vardma the head to call upon the eagles for a meeting. So I need to go to the Karok and speak with the eagles. How is that going to do? How would my trip to the eagles fare? Will I be able to make some jam? And how well will I be able to decorate Bjorninghus? We'll find that out in the next episode of Pineleaf in the North Kingdoms.